so much for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh. It's Ash Wednesday, the official start of the fish fry season as well, and Mikey is back.
Oh, I'm glad to be back, and sign me up for fish fry season. I can't wait until this time of year.
I'm there for the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, that's good too. All right, well, we have a lot planned for you this Wednesday, including 6 months after a devastating explosion shook Clairton. How is the community really doing is the question. So we're talking to 2 journalists who uncovered a story of resilience, frustration, and a push for real accountability.
It's a really important conversation. We're going to have that coming up. And while a Zelian-Opal family looks for a cure for their son's rare autoimmune disorder, one of their favorite restaurants is stepping in to help. We're going to learn more about this collaboration to fund life-saving research.
So important. All right, plus, it's that time of year for parents. Summer camp sign-ups. Oh boy, Heather's breaking down some of the cost and helping you choose the right camp for your family.
That and so much more coming up this hour. First, though, your local headlines in under 90 seconds in today's Berg Eye View.
Why are electric bills so high right now?
Megan, is there really anything that we can do to make us feel at least a little better about opening that bill?
Experts say the cost of heating a home with electricity is projected to rise by 4% when compared to last winter across the nation.
The Woodland Hills School District says its board president has resigned after being charged with several crimes. As we've reported, Terry Lawson is accused of credit card misuse while she was the Rankin Borough manager.
The Pirates' first spring training game is Saturday, and here's a sneak peek at Kelly's message to the team.
It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you too. And I asked the staff when we were having one of our meetings this offseason, send me some words of what does Pittsburgh mean to you guys? As a player group, I want you guys to think about that too. What does Pittsburgh mean? Pittsburgh just resonates. Grit, toughness, resilience, perseverance, loyalty. And in my mind, that's what we do every day. That's who the Pittsburgh Pirates are.
That truly is who Pittsburgh is. What a rally cry. All right, well, despite the warmer temps, it's still winter, but when spring training begins, it's natural to start thinking about summer, especially if you're a parent who plans to put your kids in summer camps. That's because the pressure is on to snag a spot in one of the many camps in Western PA. Heather, as fun as these are, it's the price tag we're talking about today.
Oh, yeah. You know, Mikey, in the past, summer camp was almost a rite of passage, an overnight camp without parents where memories are made. But now we live in a world where if you're in a 2-parent household, in most cases, both parents are working, and summer camp doesn't just become a fun thing for the kids. It almost becomes a necessity. Look, we don't want to look at school like childcare, but it does occupy the kids during the majority of a work day. And we learned the harsh realities of how important that structure is during the pandemic. So what happens when summer break begins? Well, parents are scrambling to get creative, and camps become a way to fill a week or two. So it's really important for a lot of parents out there. Some of those registrations just opened up. So we want to talk about the cost. And we selected a few camps, both from word of mouth and popularity, and also from a list that was compiled from Pittsburgh. So take a look at this. One of the most well-known camps in our area is Camp Conaquee Spencer. They have both a mini camp and overnight camp. There are a lot of different options, and the prices are vast, as you can see here, ranging from anywhere from $675 to over $2,600. Camp Deer Creek, this is also one of the longest running camps in our area. $475 is what they're asking. There's also Attack Theater's Ignite Imagination Camp. Their day camp starts around $250. Cayman Science Center, again, you can see the range there in prices. And the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium, also a huge one. They have half-day and full-day camps between $215 and just under $400. Now, this is for one child. Mikey, what I can tell you, because I know you have Logan in daycare.
Right.
So you don't have to worry. For a lot of people who have kids in daycare and they're younger, that daycare continues through the summer. Right? Yes. For school-aged kids, this is where we get into a little bit of a pickle because the kids are excited, school lets out, it is now June, and parents are like, guess what I have to do on Monday? I have to go to work, and you have nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go, right.
So we have no daycare to rely on. You are now either doing babysitters for the full week or trying to fill summer camps through the summer, but that price adds up. If you're doing, something that's costing $400 for the week, but then you have more than one kid, you're looking at for me, it would be $1,200 if it's a $400 a week camp for 1 week. And I don't want to, say anything negative about these camps. They cost what they cost. You need to pay for safe and appropriate care, activities, food if it's provided. Some of the camps also have financial aid that's available for parents to apply for. So there are some options out there. You should do your homework. Pittsburgh, as I mentioned, also has a full list of all of the camps that they could find in the area to look into. I really wanted to have the discussion about the burden that comes back to parents. And I really, truly think that this is why so many people out there are choosing not to have kids.
I was going to say, this is the thing that they don't talk about when you have kids, all of the financial responsibility and the cost that you incur having kids. It's just
insane.
It's a lot. And honestly, sometimes I think about, like, I just don't know how people are surviving. I mean, we're also barely making it. And when it comes to like paying for daycare and then, you know, or whatever you're paying for throughout the school year and then having to pay for summer camp in the summer, it's a real hardship for a lot of families. And I know for myself growing up, and this is late 80s, I mean, I can remember my parents struggling to pay for summer camp because it was something that we did every single year. It was really a privilege.
Right.
I remember them back then talking about how it was $600 for the summertime, and that was a
lot of money.
Boatload of money then.
Well, and I also think that a lot of things have changed. You know, we saw a lot more of the latchkey kids. You know, I would come home from school and let myself in at like 8, 9 years old, right? And like you watch yourself until the parents get home.
Am I supposed to be? I don't know.
Right, but a lot of that has changed. So now it's not like, oh, the kids will be fine to work for a couple hours. No, I mean, we need to make sure that we're doing the right thing and our kids are safe.
Well, you also
It
want
just
to keep
means money.
you also want to keep them engaged throughout the summer, and so you want to avoid the lack of reading that happens, and just keep them going in different activities, and they get to meet new friends, and especially post-pandemic, we all know how important that is. So it's so much that goes into that.
I just wish that there was a solution. I wish that there was a better way that we could make sure that our kids are having memories and also not being broke and sad at the same time. Can those two things happen at the same time? I don't know.
All right. Well, so we're going to link you up to Pittsburgh and a list of all of the local summer camps. That was a really good list. All right. So there are 64 days until the NFL draft comes to Pittsburgh, and now each Wednesday we're showing you what's new and what to expect this spring as we count down to the draft.
Gotta say it with the Yinzer accent.
All right, so today we're looking at that now infamous draft clock on the Great Lawn on the North Shore. Look at that.
I know. And if you haven't had a chance to see it in person, it's about 18 feet tall, so it's massive, made of steel, a steel beam, inspired by the sister bridges and our city's industrial past with a tech future. There are 180 engraved notches representing Pittsburgh's neighborhoods and high school football teams.
All right, Pittsburgh-based business, Actual Size and Carpenter Connection, designed and built the clock in just 4 weeks. This is the behind-the-scenes video as they created it. This was shared by Visit Pittsburgh. And I guess the question is, I wonder, after the draft, where does the clock go?
Yeah, you know what? I actually spoke with one of the artists behind the design of it, and I'm curious. I should reach out to her and see what does happen to it. Are they going to keep it? Will it be on display somewhere? I almost wonder, is this something that ends up at the Heinz History Center?
That's what I was
immediately.
thinking.
That's what you think,
that's
right?
where it goes.
And if you want to get into the nitty-gritty details of Pittsburgh's draft legacy, check out Drafted. Tonight in the 5 o'clock news, our sports team picked the 52 best Western PA football players to get drafted to the NFL. They're revealing their next pick tonight.
All right, before we head to break, we're revealing the answer to our Junior Achievement Question of the Week. Now, yesterday we asked, true or false? More than half of college grads are in a job that doesn't require a degree. You said true, and you were very correct. So more than half of Americans who have college diplomas are working in jobs that don't require a bachelor's degree. Now, with college becoming more expensive and many skilled trade workers over the age of 45, will we see more students move away from the traditional college route? I think that's definitely something to think about.
I laugh at our 529 that we have set up for the kids.
Oh yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, but I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this, by the time they are in college at this rate, it will pay for maybe their books. And that's it. I mean, you know, we're doing, as we go back to finances and trying to make the most of what we can, it is just incredible how expensive college is. I was just talking to a friend whose daughter is going to Penn State. It's $36,000 a year.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, okay, 4 years times
You did the calculations.
And
did you get a headache?
And that's
right
if we're not going to grad school or any further education, that's just what it costs. And I'm thinking that is so much debt to walk away from college with.
Yeah.
Even if you're gonna have a job, you're gonna be making $40,000 when you graduate. regardless of what you're doing.
Yes, well,
you know?
at least they'll have their books paid for.
Perhaps.
The bright side of things.
All right, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh. During these cold months, are you wrapped up in a blanket with a good book? Or maybe you're hitting the slopes as soon as it snows in Seven Springs? Mikey is breaking down your winter personality ahead. And if you've scrolled on social media, chances are you've seen this, and we are totally here for it. From athletes to office workers, more men are discovering the strength, balance, and serious core work that Pilates delivers.
All right, and Boaz is checking out a new studio in the East End to see if this workout lives up to the hype. Stick around to see if he survives the reformer. I feel like I had to say it like that.
Be a lot of fun to see. And from lacrosse here in Pittsburgh to hockey in the lawn, female athletes are killing it. KDK sports reporter Cassidy Wood is here with everything you need to know about these winning teams. Talk Pittsburgh will be right back.
We've got a lot happening in the sports world right now, and Pittsburgh is right in the middle of all of it.
From Pitt's women's lacrosse simply on fire to Team USA women's hockey dominating on the ice, and a long-awaited Olympic debut for one local athlete. KDK sports reporter Cassidy Wood is here to break it all down. And let's start with lacrosse.
Oh, I love it because that was my sport growing up.
Yeah. And this is so hot too. I mean, I know so many girls who are now getting into this.
Oh my gosh, you guys, so I did a story with Pitt women's lacrosse yesterday, and when I suggested to go out and do this, I was just so excited because lacrosse is a wonderful sport. It's the sport my family, grew up with. My sisters and I both played. Both my sisters played in college. My middle sister's now the head coach of our old high school team. So it's very much like an incredible sport. Yes. So when I got to go out there and talk to them yesterday, it was just so much fun. And it's mainly because they're just so hot right now. Like, this is a program that was created in 2018. So this is only their 5th year in existence. And they actually yesterday, or on Monday rather, cracked the top 25.
Wow.
So
way to go.
Ranked number 25th in the country. They just beat number 14 Duke. And tonight actually, later tonight around 5 o'clock, I think is the start time. They play number 23 ranked Penn State. So a little in-state rivalry game, top 25 matchup. But yeah, clearly the sport is growing here in Pennsylvania. 2 teams in the top 25. We love to see it.
Now I don't know that much about lacrosse, but the hand-eye coordination that I saw there, wow.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's so impressive. Like, I have crazy hand-eye, and I think it's because I started playing when I was like 8.
When you were little.
Yeah.
All right, good. And also USA women's hockey team. They are killing it.
Yeah. I mean, guys, national reporters are calling this team potentially the best Team USA to ever exist across any sport.
Wow.
They 5 straight shutouts. They outscored teams 31-1 throughout the playoffs, and now they're in the championship game. They will be playing Canada, which we always love to root for, right? U.S. and Canada in a gold medal game. So, yeah, it will be very exciting. Unfortunately, I was trying to interview these girls after that win because it was so exciting, but NBC owns all the rights to
so it makes it a little complicated.
So hopefully after the game ends and after it concludes and everything, hopefully we'll get to hear from some
of the players. And well, how about our local lady too?
Yes.
And she's getting some time on the ice.
Oh yeah, Ava is doing great. And then Layla Edwards too. She's been so impressive. 3 straight goals. First woman to ever, first black woman to ever score a goal for Team USA. Now she's had 3 straight in the past 3 games.
Amazing.
So yeah, they're crushing it right now.
All right, and before we move on from hockey, there's love in the air. There's an engagement that happened. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you guys, I think it's been happening all Olympics, right? Like, we've seen, this is probably the 3rd or 4th couple to get engaged, but yes, it was so exciting to see. Check out this video. Hillary Knight and her girlfriend got engaged. Now, she's obviously an incredible ice hockey player that already is breaking records. She has now tied the most total points in Team USA hockey history. And then her newly fiance there is an incredible ice skater for Team USA. Speed skater.
Amazing.
Excuse me. Yes. Speed skater. That's what I meant. But yeah, it's just love is in the air over there in the lawn.
It's happening. And what about bobsledder Jasmine Jones?
Yeah. So long awaited. This has been so long. She's been training for this, but finally she is going to compete on Friday, actually. Okay. So Friday afternoon, you guys can watch it on Peacock. watch her race finally. But this has been highly, highly anticipated because not only have we been waiting to see her race for the past week and a half ever since the Olympics started, but this has been 4 years in the making, of course.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just, I can't wrap my head around training as long and as intense as these athletes do for one shot, that one race.
And remind me, does Jasmine have local connections here?
Yes, yeah. So she went to Hempfield High. She ran track at Hempfield and then ended up going to Eastern Michigan, and that's where she got recruited, of course, to then go compete in the Olympics. Was at Eastern Michigan, but born and raised here in the Pittsburgh area, went to Hempfield High. So yes, definitely want to root her on.
Love that.
Cannot wait to see it.
Thank you, Cassidy, for keeping us up to date. We love it. All right, you can check out Cassidy's full story about the Pitt women's lacrosse team on our website.
Next on the show, Ron's here with a look at the forecast. Yep. We got a little lucky today.
Yeah, no, it looks that way. High temperatures also, we're back up there. Hey, near 60 degrees again for a high temperature today. The mild weather, it's sticking around the next couple of days. But we are talking kind of a cool down. What you can do to be a little bit more comfortable in your house coming up.
Ron, you get to go back to your normal weather position after filling in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's been nice. We've had some really wonderful weather.
No, it really has. Temperatures warmed up yesterday. We were so close to hitting the 60-degree mark, getting 59. We're going to be mild weather-wise all the way through the weekend. But I know you've been watching and looking ahead. You know that there's that snow chance coming in on Sunday and Monday. Here's the good news. Look at just how low those chances are now, Sunday into Monday. I've dropped it all the way down to 30 and 20%. We're looking at maybe a dusting on hard surfaces, and then we'll be looking at maybe some minor accumulation also going on on the grassy areas as well. But overall, our snow chances over the weekend certainly down, and I know that's been a big concern for a lot of folks.
But all that says to me, though, Ron, is that the temperatures are going to get low enough that it could snow, which means we should enjoy the weather that we have right now.
Yes.
Probably a good time to burp the house. We did yesterday.
Well, it is. It's a good time. Open up those windows, get the airflow going in. I do want to talk about, because I know also at this time it's so dry at this point when it cools down. So you start to see those humidity levels in your home being kind of on the low side. That's going to also be, once again, something we're going to watch for over the course of the weekend. We're having a big cool down coming our way. So if you have those humidifiers, maybe you get to turn them off the next couple of days. But coming in on Saturday, you're going to want to turn those humidifiers back on and keep them on most of next week with some cooler air and some drier air that'll be in place.
Is that just one log on the fire? Maybe we should increase.
Oh, okay. How many should I have put on there?
I think maybe 3. I don't know. One log's
wow.
going to burn out pretty fast.
Yeah, okay. What is it? Cold girl winter? Something like that? What do they say it is? Something like that. You're a three log type of gal. I got it.
Women's winter is in the summer, if that's what you're thinking. This is not that. This is not that. All right. Have you ever noticed that winter kind of changes your whole vibe and your energy levels and the way you spend your time? Well, we want to bring in Mikey. Ron, you can go away now.
Okay.
Goodbye. There you go. And here's Mikey.
Hi.
And under a Mikey Minute, why do so many people see their mood shift this time of year?
All right, well, Phil saw his shadow earlier this month, and even though temperatures have felt pretty mild the past few days, we're still about 4 to 5 weeks away from the spring, which means winter isn't going anywhere just yet. And for a lot of us, this is the time of year when our personalities start to shift. Some people go full hibernation mode, cozy blankets, comfort food, and canceling plans, while others push themselves to get out, stay active, and keep their social life going just to avoid the winter slump. And there's actually science behind that change. Experts say shorter days and reduced sunlight can affect your circadian rhythm and serotonin levels. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, millions of Americans experience seasonal affective disorder, and even people without a diagnosis often notice lower energy and more fatigue. The Mayo Clinic also reports that less sunlight can increase melatonin, which helps explain why winter can leave you feeling tired and less motivated. Well, the good news, research shows that getting outside during daylight, staying active, and keeping social plans can help boost mood and energy, even when it's cold. Well, did I make it?
It was so close, Mikey.
Oh, my God.
It was so close.
Now I'm depressed.
No, please don't be. Don't be. You were almost there.
All right, well, I stepped outside to ask, what's your winter personality?
What's your winter personality? Are you a hibernator or do you like to get out?
I'm a hibernator, I would say. I love to be out in the snow regardless, but there's not much to do, whenever the temps start to drop and everything shuts down at 8 o'clock anyways. So, it's hard to find a good activity out in the world.
I like to get out. I particularly like I get cabin fever. I like walking the dog.
Oh, you like
Just
walking?
to get out.
Yeah, you like walking the dog. What else do you do in the wintertime? Anything else?
Work.
You and me both.
Work and walk the dog.
Sounds exciting.
And you know, if we're having a big adventure, it's taking my wife to Walmart.
Walmart. That's, you know what? You guys really know how to have a good time.
I am definitely an out and about. I live in Swickley, and I probably walk to town every day. So
Swickley is so cute. I love it there. Is there some place that you go regularly?
Adesso Cafe, outstanding.
What do they have there that you love?
The best coffee in Swickley.
Coming from Vegas, and it's like a 65-degree difference. I've hibernated a little bit of most of the winter, and definitely it's a change.
How have you adjusted?
It's been very hard, 5 layers, and definitely overlayered today. But, the winter is amazing, the snow and the humidity actually makes it a little bit better, but it's a big change, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Well, welcome to Pittsburgh.
Thank you. But it is good to be able to walk around downtown and experience it.
From Vegas to Pittsburgh, that's an interesting climate change right there. But I love the cold, you know this. And Doran and I, we're polar opposites. He hates it, I love it.
Hate it.
I know you do.
It's 60 degrees outside. I'm driving home yesterday and I looked down, it's like 58, 59. You could see the temperature like slowly increasing. I had the heat on full blast. It was just
58 degrees.
With the window cracked, so I got some fresh air blowing in, hot air blowing
going
here.
out. Yeah,
like
combination.
I just need it. Listen, I don't want to, I'm going to regret this. Hold me to it. I will regret saying this. I can't wait until I have hot flashes. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think you're
what
going to
that is
regret that for sure.
I can't wait to feel the warmth on my body.
All right, well,
I don't know
sitting
what
over here in a pool of sweat. I'm like, remember, you asked for it.
You wanted this. Okay, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh. Burgers that give back? Yes, please. See how this cheesy creation is helping fund life-saving research and how you can help just by grabbing a bite.
And cookies, mascots, gardening. These are all things Boaz knows a lot about. But today he's checking out a fitness regimen that he knows nothing about, Pilates. What have you learned so far, Boaz?
Well, I've been introduced to this machine, the Pilates Reformer. There are springs, there are straps. If you want to see what I can do with this thing, do not change that channel. We're going to be back right after the break.
Well, last year, Pittsburgh was ranked the 20th most fit city in the United States. There's no shortage of running clubs, yoga, or spinning classes here. And this past week, the Steel City added a new fitness studio to its roster. So we sent Boaz to East End to check out Stellar Pilates. And Boaz, I hear you're going to try a Pilates Reformer for the first time. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, this reformer machine is a little daunting, but luckily I'm not out alone. I've got Estelle here, who's the founder, the instructor, the owner of Stellar Pilates. First of all, congrats, you just opened like a week and a half ago.
Thank you, Boaz.
Yeah, how's it going so far?
It's going wonderful. It's so exciting to see all the new faces, and it's been great since we opened.
Yeah, and so you have a background in ballet. You danced professionally here in Pittsburgh and all over the country, and that's sort of where you discovered Pilates.
I do, yes. So for ballet, we used Pilates as a form of cross-training. It's wonderful for core strength, mobility, just overall mind-body connection.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, well, let's check out one of these machines. So this is the reformer, and there's a lot happening here. There's springs down here, there's straps, there's weights. So you're going to sort of guide me through a couple exercises.
Absolutely. So the reformer is a spring-based reformer. Your springs will connect down here. They are color-coded based off of the resistance level.
Okay.
I'm going to have you start laying down.
Okay.
Your shoulders will go against the blocks, and your feet will come right up to the foot bar.
Okay.
Excellent. Now we're going to take the straps, and your hands are going to go into the smaller of the two that you see there.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to have you start with your arms straight up to the ceiling.
All right.
You're going to pull a little bit forward so you're at shoulder level.
Okay.
You feel a little bit of resistance through the spring already.
Yeah.
Now, your knees are going to come up to a position called tabletop. So you're going to raise your knees.
Okay.
And the shins are the top of the table. Inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to pull your arms straight down next to your hips.
I have never had an experience like this before. This is truly unique. And it does feel like there aren't as many men doing Pilates, but maybe that's starting to change.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful workout. I feel like men feel a little bit intimidated to try it, but there's really no need to. It's awesome for your core. It's awesome for flexibility. Now I'm going to have you hold your arms all the way down.
Okay.
So next to your hips, we're going to do a T press. So you're going to inhale, open your arms to the side.
Oh, whoa.
And then exhale, pull them back down to your hips and tighten through your core.
It's like I'm flying here.
Inhale as you open, and then exhale as you pull the straps all the way into your hips. Let's do one more like that.
Okay.
Open
and who invented this machine? Like, who thought this up?
The reformer was actually invented by Joseph Pilates in the early 1900s. It was a hospital bed that they put springs on to rehab soldiers for World War I. So it has a really great history to it.
Yeah. Well, and so, yeah, it does seem like more men should be into this because it was all these men who were inventing Pilates.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm going to have you bring your feet down. Now we're going to come to an exercise called feet in straps.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to press out to straight
legs. You hear that?
legs.
Feet in straps. This is getting real. Okay.
So press all the way out for me.
Okay.
You're going to bring your right knee up, and we're going to put your foot in that bigger
Oh, boy.
loop. And then your
Just
left
like
leg.
riding a horse, folks. Okay.
All right, you got it. So we're nice and secure. I'm going to have you press out to straight legs for me. Now, can you keep your legs a little bit closer together?
Okay.
Perfect. You're going to raise your legs straight up towards the ceiling.
Oh, boy.
So big stretch
okay,
through
but I can
those
sort of
hamstrings.
move. I can bend my knees
Yep,
here.
so you can bend, and then I want you to press out.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you're going to bend to tabletop.
Just like sort of sideways jumping. Well, it is very low impact.
Absolutely. It's wonderful for all ages, fitness levels. It's a low impact workout. So it's going to be great for joint health as well.
Yeah, and so tell me about the offerings here, because you could drop in for one class, or you could, you know, get a membership and come to as many as you want.
Yes, so we offer monthly memberships as well as drop-in classes. So it's something that can fit into everyone's lifestyle and schedule.
That's so cool. And I know you have a little promotion right now. Do you want to give a shout out to that?
Yes, so if you sign up for a monthly membership, we are waiving our enrollment fee. And that's going to be a special that we're running for the first 3 months. So it's a great time.
This was crazy. Estelle's going to show us over here to what they call the Cadillac. I don't even know what this machine can do, but if you thought there were enough springs and straps over there, well, you ain't seen nothing yet, because there's like 10 times as many here, including this loofah, so you can shower after, I'm assuming. No, what is
That's
this
exactly
fuzzy
right.
thing?
So these straps you can put your feet into. You can do pull-ups where you're holding on to the poles up top.
Oh my gosh, and then you can do like acrobatics here. You're like swinging up here?
Yeah, we also have a trapeze bar, so that's fun as well. But this is called the Cadillac because it has all the bells and whistles.
I love it. Well, Estelle, thank you so much. And obviously, I still have a lot to learn about reformers, but I think I did pretty well on my first go.
You did a great job. Heather says if you keep at it, in about 6 months, you're going to have abs of steel. So keep up the good work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, if you want to learn more,
keep at it.
Keep at it, Boaz. If you want to learn more about Stellar Pilates or sign up for a class, we'll have a link for you on our website. Well, ahead on Talk Pittsburgh, Heather's got some good news to share today.
And yeah, it's not Boaz's abs. Those are coming. When that happens, we'll alert you. Yeah, we're kicking off the second half of the show with the stories that are making us smile this afternoon, like the return of a major attraction at Seven Springs. Talk Pittsburgh. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Talk Pittsburgh. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us.
Ahead this half hour, Claren's still wrestling with some tough questions. 6 months after that Coke plant explosion, the reporters who sat down with people who live there are here to share what they learned and why so many people say their hope is fragile.
And beef patties, serving a great purpose. Heather has already moved over to the kitchen to learn more. But first, let's get into some good news that has us talking.
Oh yeah, and you can hear the sizzle from those burgers. So we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, we want to tell you about this. The University of Pittsburgh is expected to have its largest graduating class ever. Pitt announced plans to use Acrisure Stadium for its graduation ceremony in May. As the Post-Gazette reported last year, they used PPG Paints Arena. Before that, the Peterson Event Center. They've grown year after year. Acrisure can seat more than 68,000 people. Pitt says this move will allow every graduate to invite an appropriate amount of tickets for family and friends.
And for all the skiers and snowboarders out there, some good news from Seven Springs. The popular half pipe is back. Summer Springs posted some video on Instagram of the work going into it and the first few riders testing it out. They also moved it to a new, more visible location. And let's keep the good vibes going. Heather, you've got some inspiring guests in the kitchen today.
I sure do. Sometimes hope shows up in the most unexpected places, not in a hospital room or a lab, but on a plate. And a burger has become the centerpiece of a powerful movement to fund research for a rare disease and support families looking for a cure. Joining me today, we have Jax Ramirez and his mom, Missy, and the owner of Burgers Brewing, Fiore Millett's. So happy to have you all here today.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah.
This is what, and it smells delicious. So we're going to get to the burger in just a moment, but I wanted to hear a little bit more of the backstory first and what's been going on.
Well, we've started the IPEX Foundation. Jax is diagnosed with an incredibly rare disease called IPEX, and one of our missions is to bridge a gap between phase 1 and phase 2 of a clinical trial that he participated in. And so we have to raise $2 million in order to do that. And this guy right here stepped up to the plate and said, we're going to do it together.
Wow, that's amazing. So Fiore, I mean, you're massively successful burgers business. You've expanded, and what inspired you to create this and to make sure that you could help this family?
Well, Jax inspired it. This is the burger that he orders every time he's come in to Burgers.
Amazing.
So we figured we'd put it on the menu and see if we can help create some income for their foundation.
That's wonderful. Okay, so tell me about the burger itself. This is 2 patties, is that right?
Yep, doubles down, 2 pieces of American cheese, pickles, bacon, and then he dips it in some special sauce. So we got some special sauce on the side there.
That's amazing.
He's been doing that for a while.
And these are smash burgers?
Yes, ma'am.
Mikey is going to be very jealous because I know that she loves a good smash burger. So those are cooking. And Jax, tell me what you've been going through. What is IPEX? Can you tell me more about that?
IPEX is a immuno
autoimmune disorder,
that I don't really know.
Well, it impacts a lot of things that he does. So it creates his immune system to be on like Mach 10 overdrive. So any virus that comes in impacts him in a really big way. And so the mission for the clinical trial is to get IPEX to quiet down and stop what it's doing so he can live a long, healthy, happy life eating his burgers.
That's wonderful. And this is one of your favorites?
Yes.
Tell me what you love so much about this burger.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just big and it's just...
And you're growing. You need something. You need a meaty burger. All right, so Fiore, tell me what we're going to do next.
Yeah, we're just going to smash these down.
Okay.
We want to get them really, really crispy, really salty.
Get those smashed as much as you can. And I see a lot of pickles on this as well.
A lot of pickles. We need some of that acid to cut this fat. 2 pieces of cheese, some bacon.
Ooh, yeah.
Some beef.
I love how we make you work on a small griddle here.
I love it. We accept the challenge.
Okay, good. Why is it so important to you to give back?
Well, these folks have been coming into our restaurant forever.
Yeah.
And we don't get a whole lot of opportunities to do things like this. And we figured if we're going to focus on something, we might as well focus on something that means a lot to us. We love this family, and we want to help however we can.
Yeah. And so, as I understand it, I know that you were running a special. We talked about it, I think, last week on Talk Pittsburgh, where the profits from the burger were going right back into the IPEX Foundation. Are you still running that special?
Yeah, it's going to be going on until they tell me to stop.
That's amazing.
If Jax ever gets sick of this burger, maybe we'll just change it up and do something else.
Are you sick of it yet?
No.
No. Okay, good. I can't wait to give it a try. So we're going to let those cook a little bit more. While those are frying up, tell me about the beer that you brought in, too.
Yeah, so this is Roots of Resilience. We brewed this with the Black Brewers of Pittsburgh in collaboration with them just a couple days ago for Black History Month. It's a black IPA. It's an incredibly delicious beer. I can top you off if you'd like.
Oh, yeah, please. And I love the design on it, too. The tree on the back.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
It's really, really nice.
Okay. Jax, you don't get to try this yet. Sorry. One day. And Missy, can you tell me about Jax needing a bone marrow transplant as well? I mean, there's just so much that's going on with this.
There's so much. And so for a long time, we were searching for that perfect match. And I think at this juncture, we've actually registered over 7,000 folks in Jax's honor to the National Blood Stem Cell Registry. We get calls almost every week saying that we've found a life-saving match for somebody else. That just hasn't been in our cards for him, which is why we've sort of pivoted to this clinical trial, and we're The interesting thing about IPEX is that it's one of the rare diseases that can actually be cured. And so we're hoping that this Stanford trial can do that for us.
Just on a very small scale, we went through, you know, a health scare last year with one of ours, and it's interesting how you become a doctor, right? You've learned so much about this, and I can't even imagine what that's been like every time you've received that call that you've been able to help somebody else, and yet you're still waiting for your own.
Correct.
And that had, we know that that's so hard. I'm sure it's been difficult.
It's been difficult, but it also keeps giving me hope to keep pressing, because I get messages from families saying, we see all the work you're doing and you're a huge advocate for us, and just know that we're rooting behind the scenes for you. So it just is like, it's this full circle moment.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to get these frying up, and we'll be able to taste them. I know that you have a special event coming up as well, Fiore, where you're this weekend.
About that. Yeah, we have our 1-year anniversary at our Millvale Brewery.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to spending some time with this family down there as well, selling some Jack's burgers.
Perfect.
So hope to see you there.
Come on down. We're going to get these stacked. I'm going to make sure that I bring one over for Mikey, too, because I know that she's been dying to try one. If you would like to learn more about the ways that you can help Jack's and the IPEX Foundation, we are going to have that information on our website. Mikey, you're going to want this.
Yeah, I'll take 2 if you don't mind. All right. Still to come on the show, we're checking in with Barry Pintar in the newsroom for your first look at the KDKA Evening News. Plus, Clairton is still dealing with uncertainty half a year later after a deadly explosion at a Coke plant. What's changed and what hasn't? And we're sitting down with the reporters who captured the community's voice 6 months after the blast. That's next.
Six months ago, an explosion at a Coke plant in Clairton killed 2 people and left others hurt. But that tragedy wasn't the start of the community's hardships. It just intensified long-standing concerns about safety and accountability at a facility that's central to the town's identity. Since the early 1900s, Clairton has been home to one of the largest Coke-making facilities in the country. According to U.S. Steel's annual report from 2023, that plant is the largest producer of this material in the Western Hemisphere. That's great for jobs, but it can become a concern when it comes to air quality. And there's a lot to unpack here. In an in-depth investigation, 2 local journalists spoke with residents and community leaders about how to understand how Clairton is faring in this moment. Those journalists are joining me today. We have Quinn Glebicki of Pittsburgh's Public Source and Jesse Wardarski from the Associated Press. We're so happy to have you both here to kind of unpack this a little bit more. Quinn, I wanted to start with you. I know that you worked together on this. Why was this so important for you to cover?
I've reported from Clairton for many years now, and it's a place that I've grown to know pretty well. But in this moment, you know, we decided to do this partnership right in the wake of the fatal explosion that you just mentioned. But there was a confluence of factors emerging in Clairton for the community. Of course, there was the explosion and renewed call for oversight of the Coke Works in the wake of that. There was also, of course, the acquisition of U.S. Steel by Nippon Steel, which is promising to usher change. And finally, you know, Clairton also recently elected a new mayor after a 4-term incumbent who was previously there. And that mayor has promised to bring change. And so the community is really grappling with these three factors and really sees perhaps the greatest chance for change in quite some time.
And Jesse, and both of you really working together on this, did you go into it expecting something, and did that change throughout the reporting and again, like digging into all of these different factors?
I think we did go in with some expectations, with Quinn having known the community pretty well. I'm familiar, but I think we did find a lot. We talked to so many beautiful, wonderful people in the community, and so getting to interact with, you know, students and parents and just understanding what they hoped for in the community was really great. So.
Yeah. And what about for you? Did anything change while you were there? Did you go in with some expectations and leave surprised by anything?
I had been reporting there for some time, and so I'm very familiar with, you know, kind of what the community has been dealing with for generations, really since the fall of the domestic steelmaking industry. And so what surprised me this time around was just kind of the hope that people expressed and the belief that they held that might come to fruition, and also the faith that they have in bringing that about.
There was a really powerful multiple interviews, but I loved this video that was put together too. And we wanted to take a quick listen into one of the interviews with the workers. So take a listen to this.
I've had some days where I can't really motivate myself to go. I've been there 25 years. There's been guys who have lost legs from railed equipment running over them and bad falls, and nothing has affected me like this has.
And obviously talking about the explosion that we saw 6 months ago, were you surprised about what he said in the interview and what you learned from him?
Definitely. I think this is what impacted me personally, the most in the reporting was just seeing how affected these workers were. Even 6 months later, Don talked a lot about, being there, running to the scene to help out and kind of emphasizing how much of a family they are. Yeah. And so, it was great to also hear about some of the therapy that has been offered to them going forward. And we know a few of them are still utilizing that as the trauma has continued. So
in that piece, there was a woman, she had a red bandana on. She reminded me so much of Rosie the Riveter. I'm telling you, she just had this powerful sense about her. But she even mentioned being close to the blast and how dark it was and trying to escape. It feels like it would be really hard for the workers to return to that, almost like PTSD every time they're walking back into that building.
Right.
Yeah, that's something that they talked about, and I'd say also for residents, the explosion quite literally shook the community. We talked to parents and teachers who were at the school, who experienced that firsthand, and I think that has really brought forth a lot of feelings of the community and wants for change, and also has aligned some of those with steelworkers.
We started earlier in the hour saying that some of the hope is very fragile for the residents there. Did you find that to be the case, or do you think that they maybe are a little optimistic with some of the changes that are coming in?
I think, for the most part, it remains to be seen. It's an open question. We went in there without really any clarity, and we left without really any clarity on what the future will actually hold. We have a lot of really, I think, powerful hope and faith, as I mentioned, but really, if that will come to fruition is still an open question.
Okay, something that I think that you guys will probably continue to look into. Thank you both for joining. Thank you. Appreciate this conversation. We are going to link you up to the full article at kdka.com/Talk Pittsburgh, and we will be right back.
Let's take a moment to find out what you can expect to see on KDKA TV News tonight at 4, 5, and 6. Barry Pintar is in our newsroom with some of the stories our news team is working on. Barry?
Yeah, good afternoon to you there, Mikey, and everyone else. Here are a couple of stories that our team has been working on. First, if you've ever had that thought, wow, there seems to be a lot of fires on the news, well, you're not wrong. According to a new report, Pennsylvania has the most, and this part is important, fatal fires of any other state in the U.S. That sad statistic is from last year. Now, what's worse, that same report is saying Pennsylvania is on track for the same this year. We'll break down those findings and ask why. Next, environmental groups are claiming small creeks and streams near Pittsburgh International Airport have forever chemical levels that are too high. By what standard? Well, they're saying by EPA standards. We'll look into what's going on and find out if it can have a direct impact on residents in that area. Finally, as you know, it's Ash Wednesday, and that means several things. Of course, within many Christian denominations, it's a day to receive ashes on the forehead. We'll go to one unique church with a unique service. And of course, as we've been talking all week, it is the start of fish fry season. We'll have one report on the health and safety standards your neighborhood fish fry has to follow. And very shortly here, I'm going to head out to a local fish fry to bring you live reports to show you how southwestern Pennsylvanians are gathering. Busy day here in the newsroom today, so we'll have all those stories and more coming up for you.
All right. Thanks so much, Barry.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
Mild weather continuing tomorrow morning at the bus stop for the kids. Things are looking actually pretty good. Temperatures probably dipping just below 50 degrees. Hey, there will be some rain chances around as we're heading into the afternoon hours tomorrow, but really it's past the evening hours, or once we get into the evening hours, where the rain chance and storm chance will ramp up tomorrow night.
It's a good day to get burgers.
It really is.
Get the Jack's Burger, help a good cause. It is so good.